Amid the ongoing Emma Frost jank, buff her posts, and the Thanos token event that people are not really liking, and the weird sneak peek that people are, interpreting as not Galactus, the MFF devs decided to sneak in a substantial, major change to the web shop ahead of the next update. So this is a pretty huge change for spending players. It's a huge change for anyone who has used the web shop in Marvel Future Fight, and it's also a change for free-to-play players. So even if you are free-to-play and you never spend any money, you never stepped into the web shop, you still want to watch this video because there will be a way after the next update to start farming an extra 10 million gold every single month for free, completely for free. So that is pretty cool. The overall, the summary I can give you of these web shop overhauls is that there's some good and there's some bad and there's some sketchy stuff. There's some currency issues as well, some conversion stuff, and certain parts of the world are getting the shaft when it comes to the pricing. But we'll cover everything from this letter that's basically detailing all of the changes to come. And if you're wondering when these changes are going to be live in game, they will be after the next main update. And so the next main update, I say main update because it has maintenance. There's like 7-8 hours of downtime, is happening on the 19th, next Tuesday, unless you are in the eastern part of the world relative to the western part of the world, relative to like North America, then you would be having the update on the 20th. And so basically the big changes that I can summarize for you guys here is that rather than offering the packs for like whatever they're going to be selling in the shop after this next update, rather than showing the price to you in your currency and then also having this point system, they're going to get rid of the point system completely, which was the sort of like 10% discount that had to be kept on the web store, and then they're just going to be dropping the price. So after next week's update, this pack, instead of costing $14 Canadian for me, or whatever, it's $10 US, it will be reduced down to $9 US, which would be 10% off. They would lop off $1, and then for me, I lose $1. I lose $1.40 off the price, and it drops to $12.60. So that's the first big change. They're just going to express the price as a 10% discount rather than doing this whole swap back and forth between you paying the full cost and then being reimbursed points that will expire after a certain amount of time. So this is actually a really good change because the point system was super clunky. You had to wait 2 weeks to get your points, and then your points only lasted for a month. And then sometimes you would log into the game and it would say, hey, your points are expiring, you better spend them. And it's just like FOMO bullshit. But what that means is for any players who have points, you have to spend them because they are going to get rid of them. So the points are going to be discontinued. The point system will be scheduled for deletion on the 17th of September. So it's not the 17th of October. So you actually do have a lot of time, but you're not going to be able to accrue any new points anyways after next week's update because they won't exist anymore. So you do want to spend them. You do want to, try to get rid of them if you have a huge surplus of points. In addition to this, they're also going to be getting rid of the coupons. The 10% coupons that you can generate sometimes, they're going to be getting rid of them. They still say that they will have coupons available for special events in the future, so that's really cool. But they will be getting rid of the coupon system that currently exists in the game where you can stack the 10% discount with another coupon to essentially get a close to 20% discount. So that's kind of bad, but there are benefits to that. Additionally, the big change here, the big addition is they're adding a mileage system. Now, there's already a mileage system in-game in the shop. For those of you that do spend money on the game, the mileage system in the shop is at the bottom here, where it shows you your VIP level, if this would ever load. And down there at the bottom, there's the loyalty point track. And you can see I'm on the 6th level, and you can see those rewards are there. And this is for spending, right? And it's like spend $5 and then spend another $10 and another $20. So whatever, right? And so this is here. But the web shop doesn't have a mileage system. Well, that's going to change. They're going to be adding a web shop mileage. And anytime you see Agent Supplies, that's just web shop. They're just renaming the web shop to Agent Supplies. But I'm just going to keep calling it the web shop because it makes more sense and it's on the web. It's not in the game. So the web shop is going to have its own mileage. And the mileage rewards are actually pretty good. Now, yes, you do have to spend a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. You just spend a lot of money, but the rewards are pretty good. You can get some token chests. And again, this is in addition to whatever else you're buying to get whatever else rewards. A tier 4 bundle, which contains 65 life seed, 100 carbo, and 90 soul to Faltine, godstones, emblem data, a free comic card pull, and then a random Odin's Glory. Here's the big part for free-to-play players. They're going to give you an event product that gives you 3 free mileage points every day. So you can basically, they just want you to, they're trying to get you to log into the web store. This is like a psychological thing where they think if they get you to log into the web store enough times for free, you'll eventually feel like, oh, you know, I logged into the store, I should buy something. It's this like kind of psychological trap. You know, you walk into a convenience store and you feel bad leaving without buying something. It's basically that, but like hyper, you know, hyper induced. And so basically you purchase for free. You don't actually spend any money, but you purchase this mileage token and it gives you 3 free mileage. And so what you can do is you can basically farm the stage 1 of the mileage for the 10 million gold. And it doesn't actually take you, because you get 3 mileage per day, it only takes you about a week to get to 20 to get that reward. It resets every month, so you're not going to be able to get to the next reward for free, but that means that everyone in the game will be able to farm an additional 10 million gold every month by just logging into the web shop 10 times. Or not 10 times, 7 times. Right? 7 times will get you 21 mileage, and then you can exchange, like, you'll get to that mileage level, you get to that reward level, and then you'll get the 10 million gold. So this is where it's actually really good. This is just a free 10 million gold every month, and 10 million gold, hey, that's not bad at all. That's not bad at all, right? So that's easy. Now, it's annoying that you sort of have this Pavlovian sort of system where they're setting you up to try to spend money in the shop, but this is why I'm explaining it in the video, to give you guys the heads up. That's what they're trying to do. Don't get suckered into it if you're not a regular spender. If you are a regular spender, still, you know, be safe with your spending. Additionally, they're going to be revamping the in-game mileage system. So the mileage system that I showed you, the loyalty thing, the loyalty track, this one, they're going to be buffing it. So as you can see there, instead of getting, you know, 300 black antimatter, 300 Norn stones, instead down here, you're going to be getting 300 Titan component packs, 300 cosmic Q fragments. These are also, again, really good buffs because this old track was really shit. It ended with an Odin's Blessing for spending $500 in a month. Yeah, that's the cumulative amount. So for spending $500, like, you're not spending $500 to get an Odin's Blessing. You're spending $500 to get whatever, brilliant CTPs, tier 4 materials, whatever. But that's the only extra reward. It's kind of embarrassing. But now you get like a CTP chest that can contain a brilliant. You get a bunch of tier 4 materials. You get Eternal Flame. You get emblem enhancement kits. You get a random Odin's Blessing that's awakened. So basically the $155 reward is better than the old or the existing $485 reward. So yeah, they are revamping these rewards quite massively. And again, this is technically free for spending players. So that's a pretty big bump for spending players. The other thing here is that you will gain both mileages when you purchase from the web shop. So this is a big thing moving forward because in addition to all of these changes from what we'll read later on, they're adding a bunch of the existing sales in the game that don't exist in the web shop. They're going to be adding them to the web shop. So currently when you go to the web shop, it just has like a random assortment of sales, but only like half of them are also, like, some of them are only available in the web shop. You can see it says exclusive here. And then a bunch of the rest of them are just kind of random sales that are also available in game. And then so the benefit is just whatever, the 10%, the points, whatever, blah, blah, blah. They're going to be adding pretty much everything that is available in game also to the web shop. And so they really want players to use the web shop. And again, if you're wondering why there's this obsession, this push for the web shop, it's because otherwise mobile games have to pay out when they process a transaction. They have to pay out a percentage of the transaction to either the Apple Store or the Google Play Store. And so there's something called, you can Google it, or you can search it up, whatever. It's called the Apple tax or the Google tax, and that can be up to 30%. So when you buy an item for $100, Netmarble is only receiving potentially $70, and the rest of that is going to Apple or Google, who basically just did nothing. Right? It's just a greed tax essentially because that they created the architecture of the App Store, the Play Store, whatever. But they didn't actually do anything to. Anyways, we're not going to get into the sort of the issues, the economics of that. But that's why they want you to use the web shop, because when you use the web shop, they are transacting through, I think it's called Xola, whatever. But anyways, this is like this is a completely different payment processing, client that only charges probably like 1 to 2%, right? Like Visa and MasterCard, for example, who are also taking their 1 to 2%. But anyways, so it's much more like they basically get to keep much more of the money that you spend in the game if you do it through the web shop. So that's kind of the psychology behind that. That's the kind of the logic behind why they're pushing it. But this is pretty huge. Basically, essentially what I'm trying to say is it's huge for spenders, because you go in game and you spend $100 on a pack, right? Like you go in game and you're like, yeah, I'm going to buy that pack for $140. You buy that pack for $140, you get the $140 worth of loyalty. But if you buy the same pack for 10% less in the shop after the next update next week, you will get the $130 on your mileage, both for the web shop and for in-game. So you get to double dip. So again, very attractive to use the web shop if you are a spending player. If you are a regularly spending player, you will be able to get many more additional freebie rewards than you could before. That being said, standard, boilerplate, be careful with web shop stuff, be careful with your credit card information online, all that stuff. I don't think that the Netmarble payment processing thing is any less secure than the Google Apple one. That being said, it's your credit card provider that's going to protect you if something happens, if your card gets compromised, whatever. So just make sure that you understand the terms and conditions and that sort of situation there, because Netmarble's not going to reimburse you, bro. You know what I'm saying? It sucks, but it kind of is what it is. So in addition to that, they're going to keep the web shop daily pull, that like daily pull thing where you can get, it's like this, it's this daily draw thing. They're going to keep this, but they're just going to be getting rid of the coupon. So the coupon's going to disappear there. This is so bad, bro. This takes so long to load. But anyways, you can see the rewards there. You can get 100 crystals. You can get 100 energy. You can get 1,000,000 gold. It's basically all of the rewards except for the 10% discount codes. But they did say that various other discount coupons, such as the Update Celebration discount coupon, will be provided separately in the future. So they're not getting rid of discount coupons entirely. They're just getting them out of the regular circulation. And I think this is, again, also a good change, because it was annoying to kind of finagle the draw, because you're guaranteed in the current system, you're guaranteed one of these every 5 pulls. And so basically what players like myself do, I'll pull 4 times and then I'll just let it sit until there's a sale that I want in the web shop, and then I'll pull the 5th time to get the coupon code. And if I forget to do that, or if I screw up the order, or if I screw up the count, and then the coupon gets pulled too early, it expires, and then I have to wait another 5 days and pull. It's just annoying, bro. It's just annoying. Like, creating more friction between a customer and the thing they want to buy is going to cause you to lose customers and lose business. So they're basically just reducing the amount of friction, and you end up saving the same amount of money unless you're in the EU. So that. Additionally, they're going to be changing a bunch of the packs. So this is not really worth me going into like super detail, because this is like kind of like a whale thing, but they are adjusting a lot of the prices, and they're drastically reducing the cost of tier 4 materials. So just a standard PSA here, this usually implies that there's something new coming soon. Probably not in the next update, maybe in the next update, but probably in the next like 4 to 6 months. Right, there's like the runway is basically ending on tier 4s being at the very top. Like something like tier 5 is coming soon. And again, we know this because when they introduced tier 3, it was only a matter of time, like 3 years, whatever, 3.5 years before they introduced tier 4. And we're already in the 3rd year of tier 4s. So it's only a matter of time before tier 5 comes out. And whenever they drop the price of these things, it's indicative of something new, something more expensive coming. And they are not just dropping the price, they are slashing the price. So they are reducing a bit of the rewards. It goes down from 4 million gold to 2 million gold, and it goes down from 950 carbo to 750, but it goes down from $40 US to $20 US. So they're slashing the rewards by a little bit and slashing the price by 50%. Same thing goes for the big pack that I showed you, that for me in game it's $140. This pack, this $140 pack, it's being slashed to $80. So that for me is going to now appear, I think, as 100 or 110. So again, the rewards here are actually going up. They're increasing the amount of carbonadium from 3,500 to 4,500. So all that is to say, if you were planning to spend money buying tier 4 bundles, don't do that. Wait until after the update. But more accurately, don't do it at all, because there's probably some tier 5 bundles coming soon. They're also going to be consolidating the tier 3 pack into one pack and also reducing the price, so that's getting way cheaper. They're also going to be reducing the sword pack into one pack and then just making it cheaper. Again, a lot of these things are smart because there's so much friction in the shop. You open this up, oh man, there's 2 packs. Now I gotta think, who was better, Biggie or Tupac? Man, I don't know which one's better. This is too much work. I don't want to watch some stupid Alex video where he explains which one's better. I'm just not gonna buy it. I'm just not gonna buy it. That's what happens. That's genuinely what happens. Maybe they don't talk about me, whatever. But reducing the price could be a fire sale, liquidation concern, but more likely it's just to reduce the friction. Same thing for the team up collection. This one is good because they're introducing something called a common collection token. So instead of being $20 or $50, it's going to be $13, and it's going to give you 100 tokens. I think the math works out that it's still better than the old system, than the old token shops stuff. The token stuff is actually terrible, by the way. It's no, which one is it? I don't think I can find it from the shop. If you go over to the tokens and you just press on one of them, it's these packs. These are so dog. These are terrible. So they're getting rid of these, and they're replacing them with essentially a smaller common token pack that is going to give you 100 common tokens, which can be used to level up any team up collection theme. This is really, really good because it's more advantageous for the customer. It's more advantageous for the player. If I buy, let's say I just need one more upgrade, right? In this case, I need 3 more upgrades, but let's just say I needed one more upgrade, right? Okay, this one, for example. If I buy the 90 tokens, or if I buy the 280 tokens and I get the upgrade on the first try, I only spent 50 tokens. Now I have a surplus of, 240 tokens that I just don't, I can never use again. Now I could go and convert them in the crafting thing, sure, but it's like 6 to 1. Right? It's really bad. It's 5 to 1. Now with this one, they're common tokens, so they apply across all of them. So that one is good. That one is pretty good. That's a pretty good change. They're changing they're again making cheaper and upgrading the tier 2 advancement and Mandalay packs, the advancement type enhancement ticket packs, all that stuff. And then the last thing is probably the most drama one, is they're basically just increasing the price in the Eurozone countries. So I don't know what Eurozone means. Is it just the EU countries? I don't know. But yeah, they're just going to be increasing the prices because of FX, because of currency exchange rates. Yeah, man, I don't know. This is kind of weird. I don't really want to get into what I think is the case or why this is happening. I know some other games do this, so this is not a unique thing necessarily. It is scummy. It does feel lame. It is obviously very one-sided because it's only punishing people in Europe. I think people in Europe do get a reward, actually, which is super weird. I think they're going to give all people in the EU a coupon. I can't remember where I read it, but yeah. Coupon provided 3 15% off coupons exclusive to the web store will be available and you can use them until Halloween. But it will only be distributed to agents who are in the countries where prices have been adjusted. So you won't be able to get these coupons if you are in a country where the prices are not adjusted. Adjusted meaning increased based on currency. Yeah, this is so weird. This is so strange. I don't know what to say. If you've been following global economies lately, the US dollar has slid 10%. It's lost 10% of its value. And the euro has kind of stayed the same. So maybe that's why they're doing this. I have no idea, bro. I'm not an economist. It's weird, man. It's weird. I'm just supposed to be here yapping about video games, not talking to you about, the euro exchange versus the greenback and all this shit. Man, whatever. I don't know. It's weird. But yeah. And then yeah, that's basically it. So there's some good, there's some bad, there's some weird, there's some shitty if you're in the EU for sure. It may, yeah, some Google Play and App Store stuff can change as well. The prices, so it's not going to be just the web shop stuff. It might be in-game stuff. Might get more expensive for Europeans. And stuff may also get more expensive for Korean players. I had Japak Dashik, the preeminent MFF YouTuber, reach out to me, posting a Naver article. I couldn't really see what was going on, but essentially, if we load it up here, it's the same thing that we got, right? It's the same post that we got, just in Korean, not translated to English. But there was a part at the end about the some of the Korean shop items increasing in price. So you can see here, this is the old price in gray. This is going to be the new price in white. And then the red price is if you buy it in the web shop. It'll be a little bit cheaper. And this is like 5,000 won is like $5 Canadian. So this is the, I think this is the Stark Stash. And this is like the 30-day biosub. These are all like the subscription stuffs and like the big crystal packs with the bonus crystals in them. I don't know why they're increasing the price, man. Again, I don't know, like, why are global economics being being filtered through to fucking video games, man? I don't know. But yeah, it is what it is. So all that being said, you've now been caught up with a bunch of sort of useless information about sales and money and ways to make your money go further in Marvel Future Fight. If this has been helpful to you, drop a like. If it is not helpful to you, drop a thumbs down. Do your thing, Playboy. And thanks for watching. I'll see you. Probably one of the strangest videos I've made. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care.